guys, and welcome to Vegan Beauty Girl. In today's video we're going to be looking at the Barry M Fresh Faced Foundation, and we're going to be talking about why it's the perfect foundation for 2021. We'll also be talking about like the basics of this foundation, as well as watching the application process and also seeing how it performs later on in the day. So you're going to get a really good full review here. But let's start off with why this is so perfect for 2021. I think it's quite safe to say that the skincare trends of 2021 have been heavily influenced by life in the pandemic, by COVID. Just like everything in life, it's really shaping every industry. But as far as foundation trends are going, a lot of us spent 2020 really not wearing much makeup. So that's because we've been really stuck indoors. A lot of us haven't seen the point. We've really taken a turn to focus on skincare instead and improving our skin texture, improving our complexion, and enjoying the rewards of that. We're also getting used to seeing our bare faces as we've forgone makeup for so long. So the foundation trend for 2021 is definitely more fresh faced. It's getting that like no makeup look if you are wearing makeup, and really embracing your like natural complexion and really like letting your skin show through. We're not looking for like full matte coverage. We're looking for very dewy, natural looking skin where, yeah, you might have some imperfections coming through, but that's kind of the point. And I am here for that beauty trend. I think it is really nice to just kind of let your skin be more at peace with itself. This low coverage foundation definitely lends itself very well to this skincare trend. Additionally, we have really seen in past few years that like beauty brands just cannot be releasing incomplete foundation ranges anymore, and by that I mean ranges which are like the 50 shades of beige that we used to have to deal with a lot. I think Fenty really came in and changed this completely. It showed like just what a foundation range should look like and how important it is to cater for dark skin tones in particular. Following the Black Lives Matter protests of 2020, I feel like our patients were already wearing thin with brands that were releasing incomplete foundation ranges, but now we just have zero tolerance for it. We are expecting brands to release a full foundation range or not release one at all. So that is another thing that this foundation is doing. It has got 20 shades which do range from light to dark, and it's very well proportioned about it as well. It's not like, you know, the last two shades are for dark skinned people. It is great in that sense. It's also vegan and cruelty free, so all those baseline ethics people are looking for from their makeup, those are there. And thirdly, this foundation is under a tenner, which is great for those of us who aren't doing as well financially now as we were pre-pandemic. I think a lot of us will be having to try out some more budget buys going forward, especially when life resumes and we're aware just how much it took to kind of upkeep our old lives. I think a lot of us will be looking for ways to save money, and this foundation coming in under a tenner is great news for those of us who were financially impacted by the pandemic, like for the worst. So now onto the basics of this foundation. This foundation is lightweight, it is low coverage, and it is vegan, it is cruelty free, and it costs £7.99. This foundation comes in 20 shades and it covers shade ranges from light to dark, as I just said. And on their website they have this great board of different influencers which model each shade, so you get a really good feel for which shade would be best for you, and you can also get a good feel for how good their shade range is. At number 9 you can see vegan beauty queen Abby, aka Vegan Brown Ting. I absolutely adore her, and it's through her that I discovered this foundation, so big shout out to her. If you're wondering what shade I am shade 3, and if you do watch my vegan foundation review series, you should know that this is kind of like my paler winter shade, so it won't match up to my shades that I use in the summer months where I'm a bit more tan. This foundation is part of the Barry M Fresh Face range, and that contains 20 of these foundations. It also contains 2 primers which are very illuminating, and the 2 shades are one for warm undertones and one for cool undertones. And they also have 5 different lip and cheek tints to complement the Fresh Face range. If you want to see those in action, I did a like full makeup look, the cheek tints, and also with their freckle pen, which was fun to use. Okay, and now let's move on to the application. Before we get started, I want you guys to know that my skin type is combination, so I do get a bit oily in places throughout the day, and I also can get quite dry skin. My skin can also be kind of like sensitive to fragrance, and I haven't found any irritation using this product. But yeah, I really enjoy the application process of this. Like I said, for someone who hasn't really been using makeup that much, it's really nice just to use a foundation which blends in so easily, which you can just like use your fingers, spread it across your face. I wouldn't say it's like hugely buildable, and I do find it quite annoying that they market this as a medium coverage foundation when it is definitely low coverage. I'd actually go so far as to say it's less of a foundation and more of a tinted moisturizer. Be wary of that. This is really moisturizing. I actually don't wear a moisturizer when I use this. I prep my face with SPF and then I move straight onto this because it is so hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid in there as well, which adds for extra hydration, so this may not be a good foundation for oily skin types. But But I really like the low coverage finish that it gives. I think it definitely feeds into that whole like your skin but better aesthetic, which is definitely very 2021. It's all about letting your natural skin shine through. Although if you do want a little bit more coverage, I do think that this works well with a good concealer. So you can kind of go in over any blemishes or in your under eye area and add just like that little bit more coverage where you need it, but then leave the rest of your face looking a lot more like fresh faced as per the name. So like I said, the coverage just like, it's fine. It definitely does a bit to even out your skin tone, but you can definitely still see like little bits of blemishes underneath. Like I've got this vein under my eye, which is not really covered up at all. So it's done a good job of evening my skin tone, but as far as like covering my natural skin, no, it does not do that, but that's quite nice. I like that. And I do often go in with concealer like under my eyes to complete this look, but I didn't want to do that for the review. Obviously I wanted to show you guys how this foundation performs. I'm just going to insert a clip of myself from later on in the day for you guys to see how this performs as time goes on. Hey guys, so it is a little bit later on in the day. It's around like 3:30 now, and I just wanted to record before the sun goes down, but the coverage is really staying put. That's really important because it's so low coverage anyway. If it started to like deteriorate over the day, it would be like, what's the point of even wearing it? But I find that it does kind of maintain its low coverage. I have had issues in the past if I've worn a particularly moisturizing SPF, or if I've put a moisturizer on before I've used this foundation. As I said, it's more like a tinted moisturizer, at least for my skin. I find that if I overdo the moisture in the morning, by this time I'll have been quite oily and I'd have needed to kind of like blot my face. But if you have a more like matte base before you put on the foundation, then that works well. That's something to bear in mind. I'm really loving this. I think it's wearing really nicely. Kind of wish I did my lips before coming on camera, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll pass back over to earlier Nicole. So yeah, overall I am really enjoying this foundation. I definitely think it is perfect for 2021, where we are focusing on the more natural look, where we are reintroducing makeup into our life. I think it is really good, and I love that it's under a tenner, and obviously I love that it's vegan and cruelty free. That is always an essential on this page. I am a fan. I enjoy this foundation and I will probably be repurchasing it when it runs out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a whole series dedicated to vegan foundation reviews. Please do check it out. Hopefully you'll be able to find your perfect foundation. Please do hit like and subscribe for more vegan beauty news, reviews, things like that, and hope to see you around here again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.